Hi, folks. Greg Peters of Mountain View Chevrolet, and this is a new episode of A Taste of Mountain View. Today, we've got a really cool episode. Knives, all kinds of stuff. We're going to be melting metal and bending it and beating on it. This is A Taste of Mountain View. This town is so amazing, especially if you like music. Folk music, bluegrass, that sort of thing, which is something that I grew up around and have always loved, the taste of Mountain View. I feel so manly right now, but the man is actually the guy right here next to me, Mark Badgley with Razorback Forge, right here on Highway 87, my neighbor, my friend, and just a really neat guy. This guy can make anything. Mark, tell us a little bit, how long have you been doing the forging end of it?
I've been blacksmithing about 40 years. I started at Stone County Iron Works in the early 80s, worked with them for several years and started my own company. It didn't start knife making until just a few years ago, but always have done blacksmithing and furniture and handrails and all that. Anything basically goes in a house, it can be made out of iron, and especially for a lot of the cabins that we're building, we do some of the stuff for it, and then we do custom work, fab work, welding, steel sails, basically anything to do with metal we can do here, and then the knives is just kind of a bonus when we get a little extra time.
Now, is it true that you started doing the knives just to show our good buddy Sean Ellis that he couldn't do nothing that you couldn't do? Is that kind of what happened?
That's what happened.
Well, you know we love you, Sean.
He's still a lot better than I am at it.
Hey, he's a bad man. We got to get him to do a video.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, he taught me anything and everything I know about knife making. So.
Well, he's a great guy and a very talented dude, and you are as well. Man, we really appreciate you showing us around, and man, this is some awesome stuff, so let's check it out. Tell me a little bit about these knives, other than the only thing I know is that they're really, really beautiful and they're really, really cool. But what is this one I'm holding right here?
Okay, that's a Damascus knife, and the Damascus, I don't know if all of you are familiar with it, where you take multiple different types of steel and you stack them up in a stack and you weld them together, and then you get it hot enough where they'll actually weld together, and we come over here and set these welds underneath this 50-ton press. That squishes multiple types of steel together, and you just keep working that together, and then you pull it back out, you cut it back up again, stack it back up again, and however many times you want to do that, that's just that many more layers and more of the pattern that you'll get in these knives. The handle on this particular knife is a ram's horn.
That is really cool.
On this particular knife is the black part of it's water buffalo, and then the wood part is ironwood, what they call ironwood. And then this knife is a Bowie knife, Damascus, with stag handle.
Man, that thing's a tank right there. That is a beauty. And I've got a couple of these knives. I've got one I carry. I've got a couple more at the house. And, man, these things are awesome. They hold a heck of an edge. And, I mean, the sharpest knives you own. But, man, really, really cool stuff. And we really appreciate you sharing it with us, Mark.
You bet. You bet.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. I'm Greg Peters of Mountain View Chevrolet, and hope y'all enjoyed this episode of A Taste of Mountain View, where we're armed, and Razorback Forge. Man, this place is awesome.